here, excited to bring you the top 8 of our Pioneer RCQ here at South Central Games. And really excited to be here with both Ryan and John. How's it going, friends?
The gang's all here.
We're all here. We're excited. We say we're gonna do a bet on who gets the best bracket. Is that what it is?
I mean, I didn't hear about a bet.
I think the bet needs to be the losers give the winner the crispest high five.
Agreed.
The best.
Agreed.
Can you replace mine with hug?
Up to the winner's choice.
Consent is important, Potter.
That's
Yep.
true.
Okay.
Consent is important.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna be watching Mono White Aggro versus Azorius Control, Blue White Control, and we're gonna do a bracket though. So let's talk about some of the brackets we got. So in this matchup, Mono White Aggro versus Blue White. What do we think we got here? Who do you think is going to be the winner?
Well, Mono White's on the play, being
sure.
4th seed. So I like Mono White's spot on the play, but I also like having Supreme Verdict in my deck in this match.
I'm gonna go with Blue White Control. Like I don't think I can sign up for a 2-1 for 1 winning this matchup. I think Supreme Verdict is not stopped by Brave the Elements, right?
Okay.
So that is fantastic. So I'm picking Blue White,
All right.
I'm taking mono white.
obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Give me the 2-1s all day.
Yeah.
We didn't see a 2-1 turn 1 though. We're gonna see a Thalia here on turn 2.
Yeah, no one drop too. I even get the edge here. All right,
Key
so-
card of the matchup.
All right, so it is a key card of the matchup for sure. So other brackets, at least in this top, we got what?
Mono green versus elves.
You're
How excited were you to say that, Potter?
I'm taking elves.
I don't know this matchup. I have faith in the Albert shows up with elves, not because of the love affair for the creature type, but because he believes it is well positioned.
Yeah.
And I hope that he wins. That's my dream. So I'm gonna go. He is on the draw. Not great, but I'm gonna go with elves there too. Underdogs all the way. What else?
I don't feel like I officially said for the first one, but I'm going to take Mono White in this one that we're watching, especially as a nice big battlefield.
I think you're pretty fair, Mono White. I like that. All right. What else do we have as a match? We have Mono Green versus
Rakdos.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty big fan of Mono Green.
I'm also a fan of mono green, so we'll take mono green across the board there. And then we got Phoenix versus the Esper Lutri deck.
I'm big on Phoenix in this one.
I
We've
agree.
seen a lot of Lutri. I think we've seen Lutri win and draw. It's definitely done its thing, but Phoenix is literally the opposite of Lutri. It's the most consistent deck in probably.
I'm taking it. Is it Phoenix? The deck
Shocker.
that I also pilot.
So
This is a nice look at the board.
So then I'm pretty sure. Do we want to try to predict the rest of the bracket, or do we want to talk
I
about
think,
the
I think
magic?
we'll,
that's on
we'll
the-
wait and
You wanna wait?
yeah, we'll
Okay,
wait and see
okay.
how this develops. Supreme Verdict, that's not allowed. All right, let's
Paying
see.
the extra mana. We
Yep.
don't have to contact the judge.
See, we got a lot of look at how big our hand is. We got a lot of follow-ups here.
Main deck Sun Gold Sentinel
Yeah.
from Ben. I like it.
Yep.
Like it.
It's a 3-2.
a lot of
Mhm.
follow-ups you say by playing a 1-1.
I
This
thought I
is
saw more.
This is what we call a sign of weakness, my friends.
I thought I saw more.
Yeah, I would agree that I don't like being in Ben's spot right
This
now.
is not very threatening.
Nope.
Thomas is at 2.
Not very threatening. How many
Yeah.
Braves do you think are in his hand? There's
There's
one.
There's one. I mean, it'll protect against a portable hole of sorts, you know.
Agreed. I mean, it's also like interesting.
It's gonna actually might come up here. You say it's gonna be bad.
I
It might come up that it does something, but it's not gonna.
my
You know,
prediction here is
get us back.
Fateful Absence gets cast, Brave gets cast, Absorb gets cast. That is my thought process of what's about to happen.
My thought process is this attack for 2 is just gonna work. Now you need a Dovin's veto here. Come on, pick him up.
Oh, 2 mana.
Oh, that's not right.
Okay.
That's fine.
Mhm.
That's bearable. Still at 2 life. Get a clue.
Yep. I think Ben was checking there. What happens? I know I get something.
Yeah.
Interesting point here. Do you think you lead on the Fateful Absence, knowing that they probably have a brave,
Mm,
and then
I
you
think I
use
would.
the Wandering Mind
Yep.
to be the answer?
yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
And-
you do, because then like
yeah.
fail mode is you're like, okay, I'll make it 2-2.
Yep.
Right.
And yeah, or they are just bluffing the brave, and then you really get paid off because you
Yes.
get to play the emperor. And yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is kind of weird that now this, because like the Emperor got no real value, right? And you have to use to make it 2-2.
Mhm.
I guess you're at 2. Opponent lands a 1-2. No way to get it bigger in combat. Oh, you have another Thalia's Lieutenant would do it, right?
Wow. Thanks for cluing me in there, John. I did not realize we had 2 life points.
Yeah.
Did you not realize
No,
that?
I did not know
That's
what life we
always-
were at at all.
Yeah, he's on instead.
That's why I was like, I'm ready. This Brave's gonna do something. Yeah.
No, 2 life points is not many.
Nope, it's
The-
not.
The verdicts were clean.
Yeah.
We're holding on by the skin of our teeth.
I think my brain
I'm-
just
I'm
like
still big fan blue
yeah,
white.
I was
like,
focused on the board. And
have blocker, have Teferi, have in my mind absorb up.
I've been focused on the
Yeah, I
life
see an
total for
absorb in
too
hand. I
long.
think I see an absorb and censor.
wow.
These are the magic cards I want to be seeing.
Yep.
Almost
Yeah, I mean, like you counter magic cards, right? Like, yeah,
Come
like
on.
you just counter.
I hope this is counter.
No.
Nope.
because, Yeah. We have an Adeline
how
in
many-
hand.
What's
I guess you can cycle your censor if you don't have a card to counter, right? That's fine.
you're 100% you saw an Adeline?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah?
pretty certain I
Okay.
saw one.
All right. All right.
Ben is really respecting the absorb here, which
I don't like this at all.
took away.
But do we have another Teferi we need to cast? I don't like tucking
I'm
into my
feeling-
Brave the
yeah.
Elements deck.
I'm feeling great. If my 2-1 just got put
Attack.
2 cards
Get 'em.
lower.
The table's been turned. An attack was made.
I think
What's the other card
keyword
in-
vigilance very important there.
What's the card in? That's annoying too.
Soldier of the
What do
Pantheon.
we got? What do we got?
2-1.
Absorb this one. Okay.
That's gone. Adeline, come on now. Cycle the sensor. You got nothing.
I can't see the other card.
Come on.
No, it is the bait. The bait's though.
Memory deluge. Memory
Oh.
deluge.
Oh no.
We don't have it. We don't have
We
it.
don't have it. But we're for sure gonna find a verdict off this or a farewell.
No,
or
no, no, no.
something. Come on.
I'm not biased at all.
This is a lot more fun when I really want somebody to win. What's gonna happen? Blue White's got this.
Yeah.
I'm confident. There's a lot of thinking. A lot of thinking
Yeah.
means either we're dead or the game is over. I don't think there's a happy medium here.
I think they're taking a memory deluge, which isn't really that great, right? It's probably
Unless
fine.
it's verdict memory deluge, which is then fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Come on.
Mhm.
I mean, is that line
And
live?
and they are at 8 mana without a Thalia in play, so like memory deluge just.
It's also like
fines
not good
verdict.
attacks there, right? Because
Yep.
you just trade, you get 1 damage, you're at 5, you go to 4,
Yep.
lose your actual magic card,
Mhm.
get more cards
Alright,
here.
let's- Oh
The attack.
no, that's the verdict.
That's the verdict. You
Mhm.
block, right?
Mhm.
You block.
With your X4, you have to.
That's the verdict. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I always block anyway, but you think we have a counting or you think it's just another delusion?
I don't know. If it's a counter, and I'm growing out of the building because we got an extraction specialist on the come up here.
Oh,
Don't do
Come
it.
on.
Counter me.
Thalia's lieutenant.
on.
Thalia's
Ever played
lieutenant.
around? It's definitely not Days, right? Days is real strong, so
Oh.
it's coming in.
I think now he's deciding. Do we want lieutenant or
Yeah,
yep?
yeah.
Yeah, there we
Did you
go.
provide
All
some
right.
info?
We're back in it.
We sharking? No, we're delusion.
We're delusion.
Okay.
Come on.
We need what, like farewell here?
Oh,
was quick.
that was quick.
Yep.
That was quick.
Yep. Yep. Oh,
I don't know. That was a pretty quick one there.
we haven't really talked about blue white at all. What do you guys think about the deck?
We watched it play against Lutri.
Okay. Okay. Missed that. My bad.
I mean, so we didn't really talk about it as a deck. We talked about it in comparison to Lutri.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Yeah. Where do
uh,
you feel about it in the metagame?
It's the best deck in the format if you draw 6 lands exactly,
Right.
but it doesn't do that very often.
good answer. Good answer. I think it is very good. I'm sorry. Is this
I think that's a hard
That's
cast Shark Typhoon.
that's a hard
against-
was
cast.
this Verdict cast Typhoon?
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you like casting a Typhoon here?
Not usually. No,
That doesn't
I
seem.
don't.
That's a. I mean, you're gonna be delusion a bunch, right? You got two
Yeah.
delusions in there.
Yeah.
That is a big show of confidence.
Yeah.
And that's a brutal Cathar, which would have made the Shark token embarrassing.
That's why you do it that way.
Yep.
That's why you do it that way.
Almost like holding on to the brutal Cathar, I think, at this point, because you at least know about the delusions, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, what are the odds our opponent has nothing when they hard cast this Typhoon, right?
Yeah.
So you have to
Well, you just know about the 7/7 shark at the very least.
But you have this Teferi in play, right? Like, you know they're gonna draw a spell,
Yeah.
portable. This is
Look, I saw a point to the Dauntless Bodyguard before a point to the Typhoon, and I'm just saying, if you targeted, you missed your trigger.
I do agree with that. That is an opportunity to have identified a mistrigger is by has to be in play and
And-
target.
All right, it's okay. That some opponents more understanding.
As a question,
Yeah.
you're in this position. You're in top 8. Your
Yeah.
opponent casts this portable hole. You're mono white.
Yep.
Do you say, I'm sorry, you've missed that trigger?
Me personally, yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yep.
What about you?
Oh yeah, I do.
I think it also depends on am I playing against my friend in top 8 or not?
Interestingly, I agree, but I would call my friend out. Whereas a random person, I would not call out. 'Cause I expect
Interesting.
my friend to play better.
So I would call them out. I would make fun of them, but I would also like if they are immediately in the same breath going target your thing. Oh, I made a 1/1. I'll be like, technically you missed your trigger, but
Agreed. I'll do that
Sure,
too. But
yeah.
if they go target your thing,
Mm.
take a breath, I'll make a 1/1.
true.
Like again, my heuristic that I tend to do is I say, it seems like you might have missed your trigger. Would you like to have done that? And allow my person that I respect to be able to make the decision of, is this impactful enough to me? In Thomas's position, if I played against him and this happened, I think he would say, you're right, make another 4/4.
Yep. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
He would
Yeah.
just continue to crush
Mhm.
this game, has counter, gets token, back up to 8.
Yeah, if I'm Ben, I'm like, you don't get that 1/1 as a sign of mental strength.
Mhm.
It's like you ain't getting that 1/1, buddy.
Yeah, but that's the stuff like that's where like you gotta allow the person to like have the equity of, you're right, I have missed my trigger,
Yep.
rather than having to push it themselves. But
Yeah.
Hmm.
Fortunately, it looks like mono white player is down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna, when you made the comment that you, just can't pick 2/1s in this matchup, I was gonna say I won't pick 2/1s, but I will pick Mutavault.
it was very good.
And those are 4 planes in play. And I just,
I
one
mean, there was a large amount of time where this person was at 2,
right, exactly. Yeah.
for sure. If there's me development play, you're right. There's only so many sharks.
This is why you have a large collection of blue Pokemon cards that you just put into
There's all
play.
kinds of blue shark Pokemon too, right? They're not like, you don't even need Squirtles. Like you're
Right?
like into shark or like whale
Yeah.
type Pokemon.
Gyarados, like truly a flying.
Yes.
Yep.
Would you
Yeah.
consider like a fish Pokemon equivalent? Like what about like a Goldeen or what about Goldeen versus Magikarp versus the like evolution of Goldeen that I'm blanking on right now? King something?
Sea King.
There you go.
So I really want my token to somehow thematically like resemble that it has flying because the tokens that are made from Shark Typhoon have flying. So that's why I prefer like anything like I would choose a non-fish blue Pokemon. I would prefer that
Are there any
strongly.
fish picture that are jumping out of the water?
Absolutely. Yeah. And those would work a lot better.
Those do
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
We need to have. And I think we're cleaning it up.
Thomas Roche takes game number 1 versus
Yes.
mono white aggro.
Yes. So, all right, let's talk about sideboarding. Who do we like? Let's talk about mono white sideboard. You guys can be the bad guy, and I'll be the good guy over here.
So I am noticing a card that is missing that I typically like, which is Wedding Announcement.
Mm.
But I do see 3 elite spellbinders. The Rafine's probably fine, I guess, right? $2 on the card.
You mean
Tax.
Redain?
Yes, that
Redain,
one.
God of the Worthy.
Redain, God of the Worthy.
What does this do?
So it's non-creature spells your opponent casts cost 2 more, which it's a 3 mana 2/3.
That's gonna
flyer.
stop some of our verdicts here.
Yes,
Yep.
that is
Not a
the
big
goal.
fan.
It also only affects cards with command mana cost 4 or more. So
Yep.
it's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, which is why it's like, we're definitely putting it in our deck, but if they've just got a bunch of portable holes and absorbs, it doesn't do
it's
anything.
awkward still.
Yep.
So you expect what? Spellbinder and Verdane.
Mhm.
What are you cutting?
At least some number of Brave the Elements. Maybe not all of them, but I could see at least 2.
I think I want all the brutal cathars out of my deck.
That is also probably going out first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like this build of this deck is well equipped to beat red black?
No,
No.
I think that's like your one.
That's its expected dodge is the goal.
Yes. Yep.
Interesting.
Which
Okay.
is why I don't feel comfortable like playing this deck in a lot of my events, is because I
Yeah.
you probably can't dodge red black right now.
I get
Yeah.
that for sure. All right, let's look at the sideboard of blue white. Recipes. Farewell is very expensive. Temporary lockdown though. That card's looking real good.
Yep.
That is a 3 mana sweeper.
Yep.
But the problem is that's like it. Like it's basically just lockdown. Like I don't want like any of these other cards, right?
I mean,
Yep.
you bring in farewell, right?
Do you? 6 mana is a heck of a lot of mana on the draw.
That's true.
Also gets rid of your lockdown the portable holes.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing too many
I don't think I
cards
like
where
Farewell.
I
So-
don't like.
So
Blue White.
one key thing, it doesn't matter that it gets rid of your lockdowns and your portable holes.
Because you could choose. That's right.
Well, it's both. Okay, so sorry, it does matter that it gets rid of your lockdowns. You can choose, even if you choose artifacts, the portable hole will leave play and the game will see that the creature that's under the portable hole goes back into play, and then farewell continues resolving and then exiles all creatures. So if the enchantment was above creatures templating on the card, then it actually wouldn't matter. You just choose all the modes and still exile all the creatures that were under both the enchantments or artifacts.
Great call. Yeah. Okay. So then, I didn't even process in my mind that Farewell has choices. So, I mean, I think I just like the temporary lockdowns. Like maybe you like the
agree.
Farewells. It's just 6 mana on the draw feels like way too slow.
So we're taking out the vetoes.
Yeah.
So,
So like maybe 1 Farewell and
yeah, maybe 1
3
farewell.
vetoes out.
Yeah.
We only have 3 Deluge. I think that's fine, right? We like all these other cards.
Yep.
Well, 2 Shark Typhoon seems a bit low to me. Right?
Whenever I played control, that's been the best card
I
just
agree.
all the time. Yeah. Just like 4 mana, draw a card, make it 2/2.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then just gets better.
It's interesting because we looked at the creativity deck earlier and we were talking about that on camera in the beginning of the day. And Shark Typhoon has been one of the worst cards in that deck, in my experience. It is like you only need 2 things, right? It never quite does what you want. The chip shots don't matter. It doesn't trade well.
Yeah.
Right. So in control, though, Hardcast is real. Wait, that means that when we saw the Lutri deck play against this, he hardcast a Typhoon. We got Farewelled on the Typhoon.
Mhm.
He hardcast another Typhoon the turn after, and that was the
What?
second.
Oh, he only had
He only had 2,
Oh, wow.
and then that game was entirely won by a Typhoon sitting. in
Yep.
play.
So I don't want to say that there's never a time to cast Typhoon, but whenever I hear people talk about Typhoon as a card, they almost believe that it's a rule that you don't do it.
Yeah.
That like, even when you just have 10 lands in play, you just like pass, hold all your mana up, and then make a big thing that you protect in there and stuff.
So what I think is interesting is that I think that heuristic is tied in people's brains to you never plus a Jace the Mind Sculptor. I think it's the drawing a card is more impactful than anything else in the world, right? And you need to be doing that. You need to be drawing a card. You need to be replacing, getting your 2 for 1, not exposing yourself to nothing, right?
Right.
And I, on the other hand, all my Jaces say -1 bouncer guy rather than brainstorm. But in this, again, playing a lot of Nave and things like that, people cast Shark Typhoons against me all the time, and they're like, "This is it. The game's over." Leyline Binding, Vanishing Burst. Like,
Yep.
there's a lot of Magic cards that kill Shark Typhoons. Besage you,
Yep.
right? Whatever the new exile your enchantment thing is with Kicker that we've seen a few times today, like Terra Sunder.
Yep.
There's a lot of Magic cards that don't care that got cast. So, I think that in the matchup where he was so far ahead, the way that
Yes.
closed this game out quickly to make sure there is nothing coming back, casting is acceptable.
You
Like,
know your opponent has 0 answers.
all right, game number 2, Mulligan on both sides. Who do you think that's good for? It sounds good for the mono white deck, right?
Agreed.
Yes.
Yep.
I just like blue white needs 4+ lands.
Right.
Being on less cards makes
Right.
that harder.
Yep. And then even if you have the lands, then you have less cards for looks at your impactful sweeps or something like that. Yeah. So I hope we get key. Don't really care what gets cast. I hope we cast something in our mono white deck on turn 1, and then we play Mutavault on turn 2 and cast something else. That's all I need to make sure I'm doing here.
I mean, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for Mutavault. Are you more excited about 1-drop, 2-drop with a Mutavault versus 1-drop, double 1-drop? Like, which one are you like more excited about in this matchup right now as a hand?
I think I'm way more excited about the Mutavault 1-drop, 2-drop hand. Yeah, I mean
Cool.
we're distinctly playing around sweepers. So
Yeah, I like that.
Especially if that 2-drop is Thalia.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's so strange that like one of the hard things for me again, I tend to be the person that blocks or answers questions, right, rather than presenting the questions themselves. And I think that I've never really felt the vibe of blue-white control, because with blue-white control, you have to answer every single thing, all of them. When you put cards like Omnath in your deck or cards that block, you got to answer only the scary ones, right?
Yep.
And just a lot of times you say, I'll block, this invalidates your 3 cards, and then your 4th card, and then your 5th card. And now I have to play another thing to block, right? And it's like those games are so much easier for me to maneuver, but killing every single permanent in this white deck is hard.
Yep.
It's a nightmare.
Yep. It's why the games where you play Teferi on 5 look so much different than the games where you don't play Teferi on 5.
Absolutely. Yep. We see 1-drop, 2-drop into a Thalia, which is probably one of the better 2-drops right now, right, in this deck. And I think no Mutavault though.
Yeah.
Maybe just saving it. We see another hopeful.
Irrigated farmland. That ain't it.
We're just setting up for a big wrath. We're good. Look at the confidence.
Yeah, I don't know.
Out of line. Crashing in
So,
for
for
4.
5.
A little bit less
5.
confidence. A little bit less.
Yes.
confidence.
Don't miss that trigger, Potter.
Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah. Got me.
I will say the 1-drop. I don't remember the name. The 1-drop gets counter. What's it
Hopeful
called?
Initiate.
Hopeful Initiate.
Yep.
Very impressive, because every time I read this card, I learn something. Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this thing can kill enchantments and artifacts. It can kill my leyline bindings. It can do this other thing. It doesn't even need to take its own counter for some
Right.
reason. It can take them off
Yes.
of any of its creatures.
Yes.
I'm like, why?
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, that's kind of cool with something that can remove counters to grow itself again. Like, that's interesting to me.
Every time I look at this card, I get a little proud of myself, because the whole way back to my early ratings for Al Central Games,
Yep.
I was talking about how people really need to take Thraven Inspector out of their deck.
Yeah. Thraven Inspector, while I enjoy it, not very good magic.
Yeah.
Which is kind of printed to like Fateful Absence being an acceptable card.
Mhm.
You don't have time to crack loose, man. Like, you gotta go. You gotta get them. Trigger. Going
Out of line
sideways.
is protected by the Dauntless Bodyguard.
Whoa.
Uh,
Doesn't matter if it's getting exiled.
Brave.
Okay.
Game over. Game 3 on the play. We got this.
Yep. Yeah, this
Sweet.
has to be 14, right?
Millions. Approximately millions.
it's
1,
enough.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. One short.
Exactly one short.
That's not
The
fair.
problem is there's no card we could draw, right?
Yep.
Lockdown doesn't do it. 'Cause We have
Right.
an Adeline in play.
Right. And yeah, and we can't cast Supreme Verdict.
Why do you show it?
Yeah, don't show it. Yeah.
I'm confident.
Yup.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Unless they're friends and they already know.
Yep.
True.
Game 3.
Yep.
My boy's on the play.
Yep.
Feel a lot better on the play.
Yeah.
Still taking my horse.
Yeah, you're not allowed to switch. It's
Oh,
how
I'm
it
not
works.
switching. I got to write it down to have it in writing. I have the other ones written down. Mono W. W means win, John Goss.
Does it?
Yes. That's what that stands for.
So on my predict sheet over here, and I'm pretty sure I have this right, but I could have brackets wrong. I think this is for playing 5 seed. I
Yes.
think that plays into 1/8.
believe.
We'll find out.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll call it next.
That's
one.
why I only did
Okay,
the first
okay.
4.
We'll wait. We'll
and then
wait.
just
We're
make
not
sure.
good at this whole game. We normally sit in a chair and get our pairing, right?
Right.
So,
Usually.
what was the Phoenix deck playing against?
Lutri.
Yes. It sucks that I am not selecting Lutri.
Yeah, I thought you would.
Seen a lot of Lutri today. I've seen cool things. I've seen all the cards I wanted to see.
Are you over it?
No, I just think that as we talk about the epitome of consistency versus inconsistency, you know, if we were going to watch the match, I would pick Lutri to be able to be on the other side. But because I'm not watching the match, I think I am confident that I will pick the correct answer in my mind. If Lutri gets it down 2, though, I'm probably picking Lutri.
What have you
We're gonna start here.
I didn't get to watch any Lutri. So have you seen Lutri copy any cool cards?
Not really.
We saw last round a Lutri that was 3/2 attack for lethal. We saw
That's the coolest, right?
actually, I'm sorry, we saw cast
Oh,
dig through
yeah.
time, opponent goes absorb. We said cast Lutri, copy dig through time,
Find
find a
a
counter absorb.
Yeah, I was a liar. We did see
That
something
was
pretty cool.
That is very cool.
The trick that's really difficult and scary, right, is we got our portable hole. This is a start. Like there's a meter vault over there. We got
Yeah,
a field
but
run,
we
though.
had no 1
Oh
drop.
man.
We had a field run. There's no 1 drop.
Another Thalia.
Okay.
I really like it though. If my blue-white opponent is investing 2 mana, I guess, to field my mutable.
Oh, come on.
All the holes. Fill them up. I think
It's an Eidolon.
Okay. Only triggers when you attack. What do we got here? Like Fairy Tuck and just get murdered.
That would not be nice.
That's
Okay.
a
Just
supreme
such
verdict.
respect for this Eidolon.
1 for 1.
I don't know that I like that. Miss land drop.
Yeah,
Has to have another verdict in here.
Yeah.
Easily another verdict, right?
Right.
Here we got.
But even
portable
if you do,
hole.
I like just seeing if they play anything. I don't know.
I like this.
You're still at 20.
Yeah, I kind of just like if they don't play anything, I use my mana to kill a mutavault, right?
True.
So
Or even you
wait,
want
did we
them
miss land drop even though we know we have land in hand? Because they misplayed, they played the Hallowed Bound and pick it back up. I think they forgot to play land there.
I think you're right.
Okay.
Got a Chefette Dunes lurking about.
That's
Dauntless
sorcery speed only, right?
Yep.
Oh.
Oh
I would
yeah.
know. Oh, 2 mana. What do we got now? A lieutenant.
Sun Gold Sentinel.
Okay.
What does this do again?
It is 1 and a white for a 3/2. When it ETBs or attacks, you can exile target card from a graveyard. It also has Coven for 1 and a white. Coven is the thing that you can only activate if you have
Yep.
creatures with 3 different powers, and it gets hexproof from the color of your choice and cannot be blocked by
Yep.
creatures of that color for that turn.
Neat.
Yep.
It's like a built-in little Brave Elements.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of
Brave little boy.
more fixed Brave Elements, right? Not having to
Yeah.
to say like, okay, damage is fine. I'll Plague Wind you.
I've also been looking for a couple answers to like Greasefang in my mono white deck, and this is just a card that like after they mill over do their mill thing, like I can just play it and
That's
nab
fair.
their Perihelion.
I found that is so much weaker than it aspirationally is, though, right? Because like if they go and step Greasefang or step Salvage, my turn Greasefang, like they're just you're dead. Right?
It's less that I like oh my, I'm really
Has
excited to put
text,
this
has
right.
text.
Yeah. It's just this little thing can come up and impact my games.
So unfortunately, Field of Ruin took care of the Mutavault there.
I need a verdict. I mean the verdict even says I think I need a farewell here or
Because Bodyguard is saving
so
something.
weirdly Lockdown doesn't play well with Portable Hole, right? Picks them all back up.
That's
true.
true. I had
Or
not
is
thought
this
about
only
that.
creatures?
I think it's all permanents.
I
Each
agree.
land permanent mana value 2.
Yep. Okay.
That's kind of.
We're gonna see a verdict here.
I will say that it'll put 2 Thalias back into play, right? Which is probably best possible, but a little bit lower on Lockdown as Magic card then.
Luminar Gas Burnt.
cards.
That's a 5-ball.
I'm not feeling great. I think
We got to brave the elements in hand.
oh, do we?
Yes, we do.
Because a card I'm like needing a farewell, right?
Yep.
Like that's the
Yep.
I mean another verdict, like third verdict, yes,
Yeah.
probably is fine.
Oh, we got nothing.
I think we're sharking, right? I think it's gonna wandering emperor.
That's true.
I think that's the thing, and I think it's gonna get Goppet as brave. That's the
Agreed.
problem.
Yep.
Juggle around some counters. Come
Yep,
across. Here
slam in
comes Emperor.
Target. Braved.
Dovin's Veto most likely not in the deck
Almost
to protect.
assuredly. We're going to 2.
All right.
I'm gonna be honest, it's not looking great.
Mm-mm.
It's not looking great.
Show me Mutavault.
It's okay. There's a farewell on top.
Okay.
That's not that.
Tuck away.
We got 1 card in hand.
Hmm.
Is it a magic card? Is that a brave?
No, I
No.
believe that's a lieutenant in a planes.
So we chump block
Yep.
and then hope to draw.
We drew a hopeful initiate.
Ooh, you can hopeful initiate, take your counters off, get back a Thalia,
Mm,
right?
that is
Yeah,
true.
I think I liked what you were saying. I think the turn I would have liked here is play Thalia as lieutenant from your hand, right? And then Luminarch Aspirant, the hopeful initiate.
Well, I think even because hopeful initiate doesn't need to take his own counters. I
Yeah,
think right now
that's
you could have
true.
just killed
Yeah,
the Thalia.
And you need to put the counter on Luminarch Aspirant or you can't attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would have probably just main phase, taken my counters off. My opponent's at 2, get a Thalia, make it harder for my opponent to do anything this turn. I mean, this is over, right? Like we can do that at end step as long as we see it. We also have 2 lethal threats. They can only answer 1 unless we draw land lockdown, and even then the Thalia comes back, right? So I don't think that there's any play that Thomas can do to get out of this. Uh-oh.
Oh man. Do we? Okay. I think that yeah.
I think that's
Yep.
that was
We're
correct.
we're good. Yep.
Saw farewell go to hand. There's a portable hole. Oh no, a fateful absence. Sorry. I think there we go.
Yeah.
Good seeing it. Yep. I don't think Thomas saw that coming. I think this is gonna be it. I think he thought he was gonna be able to kill the aspirant before combat so that the hopeful doesn't get bigger.
Yep.
I mean, we even have the mono white has that covered with a lieutenant anyway, right? But yeah, it's the game. Do you like it? Do you like doing this here? Then just hope that Thomas just doesn't see it. Or like as in like, I'm sorry, waiting until end step to unleash the Thalia. If that's on your radar, that that's what you're gonna do.
Mm.
Do you like putting the Thalia in play to be more awkward for their turn? Or do you like holding it for end step?
Mm. I want to put Thalia in play.
I
do
think too.
Yeah.
Because like even again, if we go back to like there's a lockdown, there's a second Thalia, right?
Yep.
And like the counters don't matter.
Mhm.
So I think having the Thalia in play is impact off. All right,
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Yeah, more importantly, John Goss was wrong.
I was wrong.